Kickoff underway here at Harmon Field, and the Redskins will receive after winning the toss. They bring it back up around the 20-yard line, and that's where they'll bring their offensive unit out onto the field. I'm Dan Hirn along with Paul Sadler, and Paul, tonight the Redskins have a test on their hands, the 5-0 OG Titans in town.
Jacob Wells on the top last year's playoff team. They won a big matchup last week against the Wildcats for talking more about it in broadcast. And you have one of the teams
So for the Redskins, they'll bring their offensive unit out onto the field first. Kyle Gibson will work out of the shotgun. Had a huge week last week and works now with 4 receivers on this first down play. Has some time, now under pressure, and he's going to be sacked back inside the 15-yard line at about the 13.
Good play there by Matt Samuelson, the 6'3", 225-pound senior for OG going in there. So a negative play here to start the game for the Wapakoneta Redskins, who are coming off a nice bounce-back victory for them against Defiance, which was spread out over 2 days.
Right.
24-10.
Yeah, with luck tonight, we'll try and play this whole game this evening instead of finishing it out tomorrow. 6-yard loss on that first down play brings up a second down and 16. Gibson will keep it himself. He goes off the left side. Gets to the corner. He'll fall backwards across the 20-yard line to about the 22. So about a yard past the original line of scrimmage, and a third down and long coming up here.
Yeah, and this is something that we've seen a lot of last week against Defiance. Coach Fry opting to go a little bit more spread versus, the traditional wing T that he's been accustomed to running. As you mentioned, Kyle Gibson with a big game last week with 259 yards passing, 2 touchdowns, and ran for 99 yards on the ground.
Mm-hmm. Coach Fry said it in an interview last week that he feels more comfortable with the passing game and plans to extend that as you see him open it up here to Miracle, who gets across the 35 and picks up first down yardage up to the 40-yard line.
And considering being the sack on the first play, that's a really big third down pickup there, or on their first opportunity. Miracle gets wide open here on this little waggle pass, little bootleg pass. It's a play you really run out of, your wing T, but, Coach Fry has just been able to move over some of the playbook into this new spread formation.
There you see Miller lined up wide to the far side left, and they've brought him over to the offensive side a little bit in recent weeks. And this snap goes off the hand of Gibson. Good concentration to get it back. He'll take it to the far side, lobs it down the left sideline and out of bounds. So Gibson with good presence of mind to corral that ball again, and now a flag comes down.
And here's the difference that you see between high school football and the pros and college now. A lot of these players watch the pro game and think that I'm outside the pocket, I can just throw the ball away, and it's going to not be intentional grounding. And high school, that still is an intentional grounding. It's a rule I'd like to see changed, because they put it in at college and pro level for protection purposes for the quarterback. And a lot of these guys, that's what they see. And I just don't see anything wrong with, if you're not being pressured or immediately having a problem about getting sacked, just getting rid of the ball there and not being a penalty.
Well, with the penalty, that puts the ball back inside the 31-yard line, and we'll bring up a second down and 19 for the Redskins. And this is not the yardage so far that they're accustomed to picking up big chunks of, but this will be a penalty, and the indication is it's going to go against OG.
Yeah, defensive offsides. Again, a difference that you see in high school compared to the pros in college. If you just line up offsides and the college and pro game, they'll let you snap it and you'll have almost a free play. In high school, they blow it dead.
Mm-hmm. So with that 5 yards, it's now a second down and 14. Gibson takes the snap, lobs it out to the near side, Greavy. That play shut down quickly by the Titans on the outside corner.
Yeah, good job right there. Greavy, one of their playmakers on the outside, on the little slip screen. Carpenter just couldn't quite get there in time to be able to tie him up to get that cornerback to really spring him deep. But again, we're seeing, a lot of pass opportunities here. Gibson threw 31 times last week. You might see just the same this week too.
He'll have Crawford wide to the near side. And Greavy wide to the far side. He is back to pass, fires it. Caught by Chrysler up around midfield. He'll be stopped at the 49-yard line. It'll be close to a first down, but it looks like they'll be shy.
And being this close, maybe being the underdog, I would look for Coach Fry to probably go for this given where they're at in the position. That looks like exactly what they're going to do.
12-yard pickup on that play.
Now, being this 4th and short, it wouldn't be surprised to see them go back under center for the traditional wing T, but I could be wrong, and it looks like I am wrong.
Well, a 4th and 2 now. Gibson works out of the shotgun. Hard snap count, and he'll take it himself off the left side, and not much there. They will turn the ball over.
Yeah, tremendous stop there by the right side of the Ottawa-Glandorf defense, led by Matt Samuelson, pushing them back. So the first big play goes in the favor of the Titans.
Now, Paul, from a strategic standpoint, you've got your quarterback, and you know he's going to run it. Why start him 4 yards deep?
Because you do get a little bit of a head start. Catching the ball, you can say it's a little bit faster than going back and handing it off to a running back. Mm-hmm. That's probably going to be a little bit deeper. So, I won't fault the play call, just execution lacked a little bit.
So we'll see the OG offense for the first time tonight. And here is Tristan Parker, a name we'll hear quite often as he takes it off the left side up inside the 45 to the 44-yard line. Parker comes into this ball game, tops in the WBL. With 903 yards on the ground, 14 touchdowns on 118 carries. And he had a good game last week as well.
Yeah, he ran for over 200 yards in their big matchup versus Kenton, and actually got a little bum shoulder, got banged up a little bit in the fourth quarter, didn't finish. Shane Schrader came in and gained 88 yards for him as they really pulled away from Kenton in the fourth quarter.
That speaks to the talent and quality of the offensive line for this OG team, that you insert another back and still get close to 100 yards.
Well, this offensive line is huge. We'll try to talk about more of them later. All seniors and a very veteran offense here. 10 out of the 11 starters are seniors.
Caleb Siefker under center, has 2 backs behind him. And a handoff goes to Parker, this time to the right side. And after the penalty marched them back into their own territory, he'll pick up positive yards to the 44-yard line. It'll bring up a second down at about 15.
You're going to see a lot of ground game from the Titans. They lead the Western Buckeye League in rushing, and as you mentioned, Parker is first in the Western Buckeye League as an individual, but the quarterback, Caleb Siefker, is actually third in the league in rushing as well.
Westrick and Drerup, the wideouts to the left side. Siefker under center. He rolls out to the near side, looking to throw, fires it, and it's caught up across midfield and down near the stick at about the 41-yard line. Nice catch there by Brendan Drerup.
Yeah, and that's only his third catch on the year. The Titans really don't throw the ball very often. That's only the 28th completion on the entire year for Siefker as a quarterback. Compare that to, he's thrown it 59 times and he's ran it 71 personally. So, big first down conversion for the Titans as they move into Redskin territory.
They're going to mark it off 3rd down and 2 now. As Siefker is under center. Parker, the handoff to the right. Makes a move back to the center of the field, and he should have the first down as he gets down to the 39-yard line.
Apparently it was a little premature on that long pass and catch before. So, yeah, this is going to be pretty close. It looks like it's going to be marked as a first down.
And they'll move the chains.
Now, the Wapak defense is going to have to step up against, this tremendous offensive line for Ottawa-Glandorf. I saw Nathan Bracey, the big senior for Wapak, really holding his ground. He's going to have to really hold his ground against this big line to keep this running game in check.
3 receivers wide to the right. Siefker operating out of his shotgun. Steps up, fires it to the right, and it's caught up inside the 35-yard line. And a gain of about 5 on the play. That catch made by Josh Buckland.
Having a active running quarterback is a big problem. It looked like right there that Zach Smirgy was kind of spying Siefker right there, when if that was more of a traditional quarterback who's just always going to throw it, he probably would have got underneath that and probably would have been able to make the play on that pass.
Last week, This OG team attempted 5 passes in their entire game against Kenton. So far tonight, already 2.
And only completed 2 last week.
Here is the quarterback, Siefker, off the right side. He'll pick up positive yards down inside the 35 to about the 32-yard line.
And Nate Valentine coming from his nose guard position to make that play. Nate's very undersized versus the matchup that he's going against. A lot of times if he goes up under center against Derek Riemann, 6'5", 290. He's got him. He's, by double his weight.
6:13 remaining here in the first quarter. Still no score. And a 3rd down and 4 coming up for the OG Titans. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the near side on the left. Siefker operating out of the shotgun. Fakes the handoff, lobs it left side, and he overthrows his intended receiver. Good effort there by Luke Recker to get a hand on it, but the senior couldn't pull it down.
Yeah, nice coverage there by Cody Morgan, the sophomore, doing a really good job. Now again, you're in this place and field position, 4th and 4 around the 30-some yard line. This is almost an automatic go for it down here for the Titans.
So a 4th and 4 at the 33. And Siefker and Parker in the backfield, working out of a shotgun now. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. There's the snap. Siefker under pressure, floats it up there, and Parker couldn't find it. It was clearly designed to get to Parker, and had he been able to find that ball, he had a long way to run in front of him.
Yeah, he sure did. That was a tremendous play call. The right call for the right situation. Siefker even put enough air on it. Just Parker didn't seem to be expecting the ball that early. But again, a tremendous stop here, and you got to give credit to the Wapak defense. They're going against the top offense in the Western Buckeye League of the Titans, averaging nearly 50 points a game, and they get a big stop on that first possession.
Maybe Siefker wasn't expecting to have that many red shirts on top of him so quickly. Gibson out to the right, connects with Greavy across the 40 to the 41-yard line. Nice 8-yard pickup on first down.
Yeah, Greavy with a great adjustment on the ball. He looked like he was wanting to run a little hitch, and the ball was led just a little bit. He was able to adjust with that very easily and pick up a nice first down.
That was a quick hookup too. They didn't waste any time getting the ball out of the backfield and connecting.
And Greavy's one of his favorite targets, him and Crawford. That was the 11th catch on the year for Alex Greavy.
Smirgy checks into the backfield along with Miracle, who takes the handoff. He'll go off the left side and close to the 43. We'll see where they mark it. It'll be close to a first down.
A late flag right there, Dan.
5:06 remaining first quarter. Still no score. And this penalty going to go against OG. Puts the Redskins up to the 48-yard line and gives them a first down.
Yeah, maybe see it on replay here. They just called inadvertent face mask, 5-yard face mask. That's something they still have in high school football.
So the penalty benefits the Redskins, and they are close to midfield here on a first down. Gibson out of the shotgun. 2 receivers to his right. Takes the snap, still looking, rolling out to the near side, lobs it down the right side of the field, looking for Miracle. It goes off his hands. Good coverage by number 34 for the OG Titans, Russell Ellerbrock.
And almost a tremendous big play where an improvisation by Gibson almost leads into a tremendous big play here. I think he was looking for Crawford, and he didn't get what he wanted. Scrambled to the right, and then Miracle was able to get behind the defender and just wasn't able to make the hookup.
Fantastic look at it there on the replay. Here comes Gibson. 3 receivers set. He fakes the handoff to the first man, Miracle, and hands it off to Wendell, who goes off the left side. He'll pick up a few across midfield to the other 48-yard line. Josh Wendell, 5'8", 165-pound senior. We've seen him used in the backfield a few times this year.
Yeah, Coach Fry, likes to mix it up. He has a lot of guys that are capable of running the ball. And we talked about OG's runners. Wapak actually has the number 8, 9, and 10 leading rushers in the Western Buckeye League.
Johnny Crawford lines up wide to the near side right. He has 2 men inside of him. This time Gibson will go to the left. Keeps it himself across the 45. And he'll be shut down as he gets to the 45-yard line, a gain of 3 on the play.
And Coach Fry not wasting any time here. On a 4th and 4, even in Titan territory, he does send out the punt team.
Cameron Locke out there to punt it away. He'll stand at his own 40-yard line.
But again, Coach Fry can still throw a little trick at you, even on a punt team.
And they do. Here's Greavy looking to throw it. Looking for Crawford, and he can't get it there. Good pressure by the OG Titans to break up that play.
And it was there. Greavy just needed to get his fingers on the threads and be able to throw it sooner. Absolutely nobody was with Johnny Crawford. And quite frankly, even once he got the ability to throw the ball at that point, by the time he was throwing it, the deep guys were coming up on Crawford and might have been able to make the play anyway. Good design, just needs to be able to throw it earlier.
So with 3:36 left first quarter, still no score, and the OG Titans with the ball for the second time tonight. Siefker under center. He'll flip to Parker. Parker cuts it up the middle of the field across the 45 to the 49-yard line. And if you're on the defensive side for the Redskins, you do not want to see this guy get ahead of steam going. He seems like he could pick up speed fast.
Oh, sure. Very explosive player. As you've mentioned before, not only the leading rusher in the Western Buckeye League, he's also the leading scorer in the Western Buckeye League with 94 points coming into the game. And that's, by the way, that's a play that, we kind of ran when I was in high school, a little pitch play. We call it an O play, where the quarterback turns and pitches and then actually leads up the hole.
Here's a handoff to the up back. He's going to get inside the 50, down to about the 45-yard line. That'll be very close to a first down.
That was the big fullback, Brad Racer, a 5'8", 210-pound junior, the only junior in this starting lineup for this Titan offense. He doesn't get a lot of carries. Only has 19 carries coming into this ball game, but when he does, he likes to take advantage of it. Otherwise, a lot of times they call those fullbacks in the I formation a glorified guard.
Well, the OG faithful not happy with the spot, but the Titans will bring it out with third down and less than a yard to go, and there's Siefker plowing forward for about 3 yards. Siefker gets it done on the ground. 71 carries so far this year, 568 yards, 7 touchdowns rushing. He's got 6 more through the air.
A lot of weapons here, but so far, the Redskins have been able to make it so that they haven't hit any big plays, and the Titans have been known for some big plays and getting large chunks of yards, and really haven't been able to do that yet.
Paul, maybe we can talk about it after this play, but the Titans may have a fatigue factor as this game goes on. Siefker trying to take it out to the left side, and his helmet comes off as he goes down around the 47-yard line. And it looked like maybe there was a face mask in there somewhere. We talked before the game about the number of players that the Titans have going both ways.
Yeah, the Titans actually have 6 guys that are starting both ways on offense and defense. And, so far it hasn't really hurt them. You can make the case against Salina, where they had a 3-touchdown lead. Salina cut it all the way down to 2, where that might have caught up with them. But, they got really a lot stronger in the second half versus Kenton. But, the one potential chink in their armor, they do have a lot of guys, that are playing a lot of snaps.
Well, it's a 15-yard penalty against the Redskins. And you got a good look at it there on another fine replay. As you saw the helmet coming off there. Ball marched down to the 29-yard line.
I think there's some discussion with if he lost his helmet, if he had to come off for a play or not, and I don't believe it was the case in that instance.
Siefker will work out from under center. One receiver to each side. Takes a snap. Parker off the right side. Plows down to about the 26-yard line. Gain on the play of about 3 yards.
Yeah, traditional counter tray. You don't see a lot of teams run that straight I formation anymore, and it's something that, as a player, I kind of grew up playing in both high school and college, so I really enjoy seeing some of these plays I haven't seen a whole lot of. The old-fashioned counter tray where you block down on the front side, and you pull your backside guard and tackle. Good play.
Now, your helmet did have a face mask, right?
Sure, it is leather. It's leather.
Okay. Off the left side. And there's the fullback racer again, down to about the 21-yard line.
Now, something that you'll see the Titans do out of I formation that you don't always see is run the triple option. The triple option is actually the play that they ran when Seifker's helmet came off, where they ride the ball into the fullback's helmet. If he feels that he is going to get tackled, the quarterback will pull it out and then run a traditional option to the outside.
Under a minute to play here in the first quarter, and a 3rd down and 4 for the Titans. Seifker out of the shotgun. There's the snap. Fakes, or gave the handoff to Parker. It looked like a fake for a second, but Parker takes it forward up to about the 21. So not a lot there, maybe a couple. It'll bring up a 4th down.
And so far, every possession we've seen so far has led to a 4th down. And if you want to count the fake punt, every time the teams have gone for it. I do want to point out that Nate Valentine's doing some work in there on the defensive line. Again, very undersized for what he's going against, getting very involved here.
That'll be the final play of the first quarter. And after 1 quarter of play, an even match so far. No score here at Harmon Field. You are watching high school football on TSC.
So, you think just because you're from a small town, you can't have everything that the big towns have? Wrong. At TSC, we offer over 300 digital cable channels to you right here in the heart of the Midwest. Surprised? Don't be. We're TSC. No contracts, no gimmicks, and everything is straightforward and down to earth. Order your digital cable package today, and the HD is free. Now you're talking smart.
When you see an orange truck, you think GA Windsor & Son Company. But the next time you see an orange GA Windsor & Son truck, we want you to think green. Why green? Because GA Windsor & Son are the original recyclers. Using a modern fleet of trucks, GA Windsor & Son Company collects food co-products from restaurants, food retailers, and food manufacturers in Ohio, Indiana, Michigan, and Kentucky. These food co-products are used to manufacture quality livestock and pet care feed ingredients. So the next time you see an orange GA Windsor & Son truck, think green.
Back here for the start of the second quarter. Still no score here at Harmon Field, but the Titans are threatening. 4th down and 3 here. And this looks like a good stop by the Redskin defense.
Zach Smergy stepping up from the middle linebacker spot with a play in the backfield. And we've seen both defenses step up on 4th down, Dan.
We've talked about it before the game, Paul, about the importance of the linebacker play here tonight for the Redskins. And so far they've met the challenge.
I tell you, it's been linebacker play, but it's also the big guys up front. I mentioned Valentine, Bracey, and Shane Line doing the work in there as well. Great job, great start for the defense of the Redskins. Now not great field position, and so we'll see if they can move it against a stingy Titan defense.
Ball at the 24-yard line. Gibson under center. And he will hand it off, going off to the left side, and I believe that was Smergy, but we'll check the number. Nope, Miracle on the carry. So Miracle with 4 yards on the first down carry.
At the end of that quarter, Walpock had 48 yards, Dan, and 40 of them came from the air, only 8 on the ground. So we'll see if Coach Fry wants to stick with that air it out mentality, or if we're going to see them start to try to see if they can move the ball on the ground.
Gibson under center this time. 1 receiver out there. Here's a handoff to the up back. And that's Wendell. He'll get up close to the 30-yard line. Gain of only a yard on the play. 3rd down and 5 now, Paul.
Yeah, straight dive play right there. A lot of times you want your fastest running back to be able to catch that in this type of offense, and then just try to blow through that line before the defense even knows what hit them.
So a 3rd down and 4 as we move under 11 minutes to play in the half. Gibson will be under center. Same formation as the last play. And he moves it out to the outside under all kinds of pressure. He's going to be sacked back at the 21-yard line. Knifing in there and bringing him down is Wendell Carhoff.
Yeah, Wyatt
Carhoff.
With a good play right there, and it's fortunate for the Titans because the big old tight end Brandon Chrysler was running wide open on the flag pattern and would have been an easy touchdown. No one was within 25 yards of him.
That's going to force the Redskins into a punt situation. And Blake Blevins is back to receive the kick from Locke. This one fielded inside the 45, coming to the near side, now cutting it back up the middle to midfield and into Redskin territory is Josh Buckland, who is back there with Blevlin, waiting for that one.
Yeah, Buckland actually came into the game first in the Western Buckeye League in punt returns, averaging 18 a return. He actually was just edged out his counterpart for the Redskins, Johnny Crawford.
10 minutes left in this half, still no score in what has been a very evenly matched ball game. 38-yard punt there by Locke. And Siefker back to pass, out to the outside, and Blevin with the reception gets up close to the 41-yard line.
Yeah, Blevin's just only a sophomore, only 6'3", and it's kind of impressive when you start looking at some of the heights of these players. You know, running just a little hitch pattern. Nice job, almost got away right there to be able to make it an even bigger play.
He used all that 6'3" frame to get up and get that ball. That's a Paul Sadler-esque catch out there on the outside. Siefker
About the
under
same yards
center.
after catch, too.
Here's Parker off the right side, breaks it down inside the 40 to the 35-yard line. That'll be enough for a OG first down.
Yeah, there's that O pitch play. Siefker actually kind of got really involved there. Had a nice block on Greavy way down the field. Allow that to be a big gain.
So now 9:20 left first half, still no score. And OG with the ball at the 34-yard line. Siefker under center with a receiver to each side. And the pitch to Parker, going to the left. Follows a block inside the 30. He's got the corner to the 25 and down to the 22-yard line.
Yeah, that left side of the line doing some work there. Karoff, who had the big sack on defense, doing work as a left tackle. Samuelson did a great job, and then a nice kick-out block by the fullback, Brad Racer, who can maybe hopefully see on this replay. Really popped the play wide open.
Looked like Caleb Siefker got in there and made a nice block as well. Parker will check out of the ball game here on a first down and 10 for the Titans at the Redskin 22-yard line. Siefker is under center with the receiver to each side. Rolls out to the near side. Looking downfield, he's going to run it. Inside the 20 and brought down as he gets to the 16-yard line. So a gain of about 6 on first down.
Yeah, remember earlier in the game I talked about having that spy in there. If Smergy was out of there, that might have been a 6-point play for the Titans. But because he was a spy there, it's still a 6-yard gain as Valentine got involved in the play as well. But you did limit the big play.
Parker back in there at the tailback spot. Lines up behind the Racer. 7:49 left in the half. Handoff, Parker up the middle, inside the 20, down to about the 17-yard line.
Still, I can't go over this matchup. Nate Valentine, 145 pounds, going against a 290-pound center, Derek Riemann, and he got into the play again right there.
So now a 3rd down and 1. Siefker under center, keeps it himself, and it looked like there might have been some early movement there for the Titans. So what was a 3rd down and 1 will likely be a 3rd down and 6 here.
Yeah, and on a 3rd down, that's a big 5-yard penalty. It totally changes your approach on what type of play that you want to call.
Mm-hmm. But really, you're going to use 2 plays here probably anyway, right?
Oh, of course. Your kicker is the quarterback here. He has not made a field goal in the season. He's 0 for 1.
Mm-hmm.
You are in the middle of the field, but definitely more than likely 4-down territory.
Siefker under center on a 3rd down and 6. He is back to pass, gets pressured, lobs it to the corner of the end zone, going up. And hauling that one down is Josh Buckland. That's a touchdown for the Titans.
Actually, I think that's number 3. That's Bryant Deemer, the 5'9" junior, making that catch. On the fade pattern, tremendous job right there.
We'll have to see if we can get another look at that one. He went up high to get it, too.
Either way, that's Siefker's 7th touchdown pass on the year. That's definitely number 3.
Good eye. So Alex Westrick, the senior, 200-pound and 6'6", so big target. There's Caleb Siefker out there to attempt the extra point. Out of the hold of Jacob Leopold. Hold is down, the kick is up, and the kick is up and good. So with 7:07 left in the second quarter, the first points of the night come for the OG Titans. They lead 7-0. You're watching high school football on TSC.
When you think of protecting your assets, there's more than just your home and car. There's also your life and your family's future. Ensure those you love most are taken care of with protection planning. Life changes and opportunities occur. Look to someone you can trust with a customized approach. Minster Bank's Private Wealth Management Group, investment and insurance products. Not FDIC insured, may lose value, no bank guarantee.
7:07 left here in the first half of play. And the OG Titans with a 7-0 lead in what was the, they took advantage of some good field position there, Paul.
Oh, they sure did. And we'll talk about the drive here after the kickoff.
Kick will be fielded by Crawford at about the 1-yard line. Back across the 10 to the 15. Spun around there, gets across the 20 to the 25. And his trip will end at about the 29-yard line.
Yeah, Crawford, one of the more electric players in the Western Buckeye League. That scoring drive, 6 plays, 48 yards in 2 minutes and 51 seconds. Finish. I know we kind of jumbled the names there a little bit too much. We apologize for that. But it was Siefker to Alex Westrick, the 6'6 senior, which that makes a lot more sense, throwing the ball up on the fade pattern to the 6'6 senior. Just go up and get it, big man.
So Gibson will bring the Redskins to the line. They trail now 7-0 with exactly 7 minutes to play in the half. Gibson out of the shotgun. He will hand it off to Miracle. He brings it to the near side, and he'll go down at about the 30-yard line. So a gain of maybe 2 on the play.
Hey, good job by Ellebrock. He didn't make the play, but he occupied the blocker enough to where they had to bubble the run up a little bit and allow the pursuit to come in and make the play.
So the Redskins will come to the line. 2nd down and 7 now. Gibson will come with 3 receivers this time, working out of the shotgun with Miracle back there on his left hip, and Gibson runs it to himself to the right side, up across the 35 to the 40. Tripped up there, and he goes down at the 45-yard line.
You know, the Redskins, they've had some success moving the ball. They just haven't sustained it for an entire drive to be able to score. So, they can't get too down on themselves. They've moved the ball. They've moved the chains. They just have to kind of string it together. And, obviously, they're probably the underdog coming into this game. However, on their home field, only down 7-0 and be able to move the ball, they got to feel pretty good about themselves.
15-yard tote there for Gibson, and a big play there by Siefker as he reached out and grabbed the hand, and this pass over the middle across the 30, still on his feet, fighting down inside the 20 to the 12-yard line, is Johnny Crawford.
Johnny Crawford, again, we can't say much more about this young man. Very exciting player. First of all, a spot-on pass by Kyle Gibson on the post pattern. Crawford, that's his 13th catch on the year. Over 300 yards for the season, averaging over 25 yards, catching it in stride, and then he just stays on his feet and picks up, another about 7-8 yards on a 42-yard pass play.
They connected on a similar play for 60 yards and a touchdown last week. Here's Wendell on a carry going to the right side. He gets knocked off his feet at the 10-yard line, so a gain of a couple on that play.
Yeah, good read by Wendell. That play's really meant to go cut up inside off the block. He read it and bounced it outside and got a few more yards.
He took a serious lick there at the end of that play. Let's see if we can take another look at it. There you see him going around the corner, and there you see him hitting the ground. There's a big pop there by number 81, Cody Alt.
Yeah, nice actually block downfield by Kyle Gonerman.
Gibson out of the shotgun now on a 2nd down and 6. And to the near side, Gibson, he is going to skate into the end zone for a touchdown.
Yeah, Gibson saying, hey, don't forget about me. I'm a pretty dangerous runner myself. He's in the top 10 in the Western Buckeye League rushing, and now he just has his 7th rushing touchdown of the season.
So with 5:03, the Redskins put together a quick answer to that OG Titan touchdown.
Yeah, and here we see the replay. Nice job on the kick out, nice block down there by Brandon Miller playing some offense. Tremendous job, and Gibson firing up the student body with that touchdown.
Homecoming here in Wapak as the extra point attempt is up, and it is good. So we are back to even with 5:03 left in the half. 7 apiece here at Harmon Field. You are watching high school football on TSC.
Are you hungry for some great food? Then come get some at CJ's Pizza. With fantastic prices and amazing food, you can't go wrong no matter what you order. Every Friday night during the football season, stop in and get an 18-inch 2-topping pizza and 20 wings for $25 between 4 and close. CJ's Pizza has 2 locations, the Grandview Plaza in Wapakoneta and on Main Street in Cridersville. CJ's Pizza. Come get some. Tonight's broadcast of TSC Touchdown Friday is brought to you in part by Frost Roofing. When you have a roofing problem, trust Frost Roofing. And by CJ's Pizza in Wapakoneta and Cridersville.
7-7 tie here at Harmon Field at 5:03 remaining in the half. And a return by OG out across the 20 to about the 22-yard line. Josh Buckland on that carry. Off the kick of Ewing.
And as you mentioned, a quick answer. Only a minute and 57 seconds, 5 plays, 72-yard scoring drive for the Redskins, capped off by an 8-yard touchdown run by Kyle Gibson. As we mentioned, that was his 7th touchdown run of the year. Key play on that drive, obviously, the 42-yard pass to Johnny Crawford.
Seifker will work out from under center, has a receiver to each side. And it's Parker off the left side. He's got room to run across the 30, pulled down as he gets across the 35 to the 37-yard line. So a big run there for Parker on first down as the OG Titans move away from the goal line.
Yeah, there you see that little pitch play. That can kind of cut anywhere, and he read correctly the outside cut, to the outside to be able to pick up a big play. Nicely blocked and a nice decision to cut by Parker.
14 yards on that carry for Parker. Seifker under center, has a receiver to each side. First down and 10. He is back to pass, looks, lobs it out to the near side, and incomplete, intended for Parker. And Zach Schmerge was there to say hello to Mr. Parker as that ball hit the ground.
Yeah, really nice hit, and when you're on this sideline, you could have just see that collision coming. We'll see if we can get this on the replay or not. I am a little surprised, we're seeing, OG put the ball up as much as they have. That's, their 5th, pass of the game, which I guess isn't a lot, but, they passed 5 times the entire game against Kenton last week in that big-time matchup.
And it looks like Alex Westrick is going to exit this ball game.
Yeah, that's
maybe he's
touchdown.
not feeling well.
Yeah, that's the guy that caught the touchdown that last possession.
He'll check out. So I'm going to get a mop out there around the 25-yard line. 4:27 left here in the half. Things tied up at 7 apiece. And OG will bring him back to the line. 2 receivers wide to the near side. Here's Seifker back to pass, delayed, give to Parker. He goes off the right side. He's going to be shut down as he gets up to the 39-yard line.
And Zach Schmerge having a pretty good game here to begin with. He was in contact and engaged with the fullback Brad Racer, and he was able to maintain his ground, shed that block, and be able to make the play.
So a 3rd down and long coming up for the Titans, as this replay should put this right in your living room.
Yeah, great replay right there, and exactly you saw Schmerge, taking on the big 210-pounder and be able to make the play.
Out of the shotgun is Seifker, has Parker back there with him. Back to pass under pressure, and he is drilled by Miller as he gets hit at the 33-yard line.
And we're seeing some hitting in this game, Dan. That's the second really big hit that we see just on this possession already. Brandon Miller, who had, whoa.
You see another fantastic look at it.
Yeah, great job with the replay and just a tremendous, totally unblocked coming off the backside, protection breakdown. But what it comes down to is a big stop for the Redskins.
4th down and 14 at their own 33-yard line. There's the snap. Punt is away, and Crawford going to have to back up. Stands at his own 23. He lost it and wisely just dives on it at the 24-yard line. So Wapak will come out with 3:06 left in the second quarter, and things even at 7 apiece. That defense, Paul, clearly fired up by the touchdown by their offense.
Yeah, momentum is a fickle beast, and right now the Redskins are riding it after a tremendous answer offensively. The defense stepped up again, and we'll see if the Redskins can put something together in the last 3:06 of this half.
Following a 43-yard punt, Gibson will carry it to the right side. Gets to the corner and goes out of bounds around the 26-yard line. And I got to say that every quality broadcast includes the phrase fickle beast.
I try to work it in every week if I can.
Yeah. 3 minutes to play in the half. Tied at 7. And a 2nd down and 7 coming up for the Redskins. He worked really hard to get those 3 yards. That was a long run to the outside.
Yeah, the Titans did a pretty good job of stringing that quarterback sweep out.
Gibson out of the shotgun here. He'll go up the middle, and he's met immediately at the line of scrimmage. And tossing him to the ground is Wyatt Karhoff.
Yeah, we've said his name a couple different times. Another one of those two-way players with a tremendous play. He got a hold of Gibson, and he was not going to let him go any further as he takes him backwards with the takedown. Again, a pretty physical ball game.
So that'll make it a 3rd down and 8. Clock moving with 2:30 remaining here in the half.
And if it's 3rd down, look for Crawford. Crawford's at the top of the field, and it doesn't look like they're going to give him, much more than just single coverage.
Got Greavy wide to the near side. Gibson looking, fires over the middle, and it's caught by Chrysler up across the 35 to the 36-yard line. That'll be enough for a 1st down.
Yeah, they decided to go to the trips formation and run what we used to call flood pattern. When the middle guy, which is the tight end in this case, actually runs just an out pattern, just long enough to be able to pick the 1st down up.
So the ball at the 36. 10-yard gain on that play.
So, and Gibson is now 6 for 8 passing. So, he's been noted coming into this year as, a pretty high percentage passing.
And 92 yards already tonight. 3 receivers to the right. Included in that bunch is Miller. Over here to Chrysler on the near side. He's going to be hit and dropped about where he was hit and dropped on the last play.
Yeah, slip screen, and I think that's kind of a trend breaker. Generally, you try to run those for, some of your more, no offense to the tight ends, faster athletic guys, and you have a whole lot of those that you could choose from. But sometimes you do want to just try to give, a different look to the opponents.
So it'll be no gain on the play. 2nd down and 10 with 1.5 minutes left here in the half. Gibson is back to pass. Has time. Fires to the right. And caught again by Chrysler up across the 40 to the 44-yard line. It'll be short of a 1st down. And brings up a 3rd down and 2.
Yeah, and you really have your full playbook available to you as we see the replay here, connecting again with this tight end.
8-yard pass play. Brings up a 3rd and 2 at the 44. Handoff. Faked to Wendell. Gibson lobs it out to the near side, and it's going to be picked off by Siefker on the near side. He'll dive forward to the 50-yard line.
And Siefker picking off his counterpart. Again, another one of the two-way players. Siefker with the big interception to give them the ball with 51 seconds left. And Siefker, I believe that's his first interception of the year. I'll check my stats on that. But now they've put themselves in a position here. Well, first of all, here's the replay. Gibson, with a lot of pressure, wasn't able to get off a really good pass, trying to get the ball to Brandon Miller. Miller was covered pretty well, but still at this point in the ball game, not a really poor decision to try to see if you can get that in there.
Siefker will come to the line, and he has 2 receivers wide to each side. He is back to pass, getting pressure, fires it out to the near side, incomplete. Behind his intended receiver on the near side of the field, he was looking for Cody Alt. Now this OG team is experienced in this situation because they got the ball with less than a minute to play last week before the half and went 2 plays into the end zone.
Similar situation. It was a tie ball game, 16-16. Then OG scored off their only 2 passes, and Siefker ended up hitting Leopold in the back of the end zone for the go-ahead touchdown, and then they went on to roll from there with 28 unanswered points in the second half.
Among the 3 wideouts to the left of Siefker out of the shotgun. And he lobs it out to Parker on the right. Parker cuts it back up the middle of the field to the 40. Still on his feet. He goes down around the 38-yard line.
And that'll stop the clock. They still have timeouts. Nearly 40 seconds left, and they'll actually use one of the timeouts.
OG with the timeout with 39 seconds left in the half. We are tied at 7 apiece, and you are watching high school football on TSC.
Who do I call?
Since 1946, home and business owners have trusted Frost Roofing to help make the best roofing decision for their home, building, and budget.
Do you guarantee your work?
With an industry-leading 50-year labor and materials guarantee on select CertainTeed shingles, Frost Roofing has you covered.
So, what if I decide to move?
Frost will transfer this incredible warranty to the new owners, increasing the value of your home.
Church, home, or business, Frost Roofing offers you the comfort of knowing your roofing system is guaranteed by a professional roofer.
Touchdown Friday is brought to you in part by TSC, your hometown choice for cable, talk, and internet. And by G.A. Windsor & Son. When you see an orange truck, think green.
39 seconds left in the half, tied up at 7 apiece. Siefker under pressure, lobs it out to the near side, and it's going to be caught on a first down play inside the 40 to the 36-yard line. Josh Buckland, the receiver on that play. And the OG Titans will take another timeout. We'll keep it here. The Titans, Paul, moving the ball here with time winding down here in the half. But what are you seeing on this possession that's been different from what they've been doing?
Well, one thing I need to point out is Siefker's getting hit. That's 2 out of the 3 plays where, he's been, put to the ground by the Redskin defense. And especially on that first play where he kind of threw the ball and it was incomplete, I think he kind of, almost maybe have heard footsteps because Brandon Miller was coming in again, who was the same guy that came and really, had the big hit, the play before.
Let's take another look at that last play.
You see he gets hit by Brandon Miller to the ground again. Just not able to, step into the pass as much as you'd like in this situation. Plus, just here in general, when you're down, don't have that many timeouts, under 30 seconds, usually you don't want to throw, a little 3-yard gain, have the clock run. Being Browns fans, we see that too often.
28 seconds left in the half, tied at 7 apiece. And Siefker will work out of the shotgun. He rolls out. And he lobs it back over this way to Parker, across the 30 to the 25 to the 20, and he'll run out of bounds near this 15-yard line at about the 17.
And nice counter call right there by Coach Schreiner and the Ottawa-Glandorf Titans coaching staff. This time they sent Parker. Is he going to try to block those guys? No, he just lets them go through and run by. And again, great camera angle right there to be able to see the strategy. The Redskins had 2 guys trying to rush in those lanes. No one went with Parker, and we got a big gain of 19 yards.
Yeah, the crew has brought their A game tonight. 21 seconds remaining in this game. 7 apiece, remaining in this half. And Siefker will work out of the shotgun. He is back to pass. Lobs it to the near side into the corner of the end zone, and he's out of bounds.
And that was the Leopold. That was the same connection that hooked up at the end of that Kenton first half.
Leopold not able to get a foot down. I'm not sure if he held on to the ball when he came down. Here's another look at it. And clearly
out of bounds. Remember, you only do need 1 foot in bounds in high school football, but he was clearly just out of bounds.
Great concentration, though, by Leopold to haul that one in. He lines up wide to the near side. And Drerup lines up wide to the far side left. 16 seconds now. Caleb Siefker hands it off to Parker. He'll go up the middle down to the 10-yard line. And timeout taken with just under 11 seconds left in the half.
And that'll be their final timeout here. So with, almost 10 seconds left, you really don't have your full playbook at your disposal now. Okay, either you're going to throw to the end zone, or if you get caught inbounds, the clock's going to run out, you're not going to get another play.
Well, the ball will be spotted just outside of the 10-yard line.
And to kind of add to that, I don't disagree with that play call, though. Parker is very capable of taking that one to the house. You do have that timeout in your pocket. I kind of agree with that play call, because he's just as easily could have, busted that, open for the touchdown.
So this will be the 7th play of this drive coming up. And they've done that in just 51 seconds. They've used their 3 timeouts on this possession.
Now Alex Westrick is going to be split out, it looks like, to the far side, and that's where he was for the first touchdown. We'll see if they decide to throw it up there again. If they do, it looks like he'll be matched up with Johnny Crawford.
So Westrick wide to the left. And Jacob Leopold wide to the right. Inside of him in a slot is Buckland. Out of the shotgun, Siefker back to pass. He fires it to the right side. And a flag comes down. The indication is a touchdown catch by Jacob Leopold. We'll see what the flag is about.
I think he was probably touching him a little bit, so I think it's going to be an interference call here. We're going to see this replay. Tremendous comeback pattern right at the pylon. Wobbles a little bit, as we can see, to get there. I'm not sure the touchdown would hold up on replay. If we were playing in the NFL, we would see the red challenge flag, and he was not in the end zone.
Right.
But that's not what we're in. The referees don't have the great replays that we're getting tonight. So that's 6 points up on the board.
Must have been something in that pizza at the beginning of the game. 5 seconds left here in the half. We are tied at 7.
And the call was pass interference on the Redskins.
So the touchdown will count.
Here's something you don't see very often. The 2 guys that connected for the touchdown are also the holder and the kicker.
Leopold will, and movement up front, it looked like. A little bit of a jump there. So the false start will push that kick attempt back. And I don't know whether the official was. Okay, so now they're talking to the Wapak bench. I thought maybe that official was just checking that flag to make sure it was still working right.
Yeah, the Redskins coaches aren't very happy.
So we'll try again here on the extra point. Hold is down, the kick is up, and it is good. So 5 seconds left in the half, and the Titans with the lead 14-7. You're watching high school football on TSC.
Owen Kitchen and Bath Showroom has been family owned and operated since 1990. We can help you from start to finish with your entire project. Let one of our professional designers put the final touches on your project. Owen Kitchen and Bath now has 2 showrooms to better serve you in Wapakoneta and Lima. Owen Kitchen and Bath, cabinetry that will take your breath away at prices that won't. Tonight's broadcast of TSC Touchdown Friday is brought to you in part by Frost Roofing. When you have a roofing problem, trust Frost Roofing. And by CJ's Pizza in Wapakoneta and Cratersville.
5 seconds left here in the half. And the OG Titans, for the second week in a row, Paul, took possession with a little time left in the half and are able to put points up going into the break.
Yeah, tremendous turn of events for the Titans. A lot of momentum going into halftime. You see the ball has moved up here because of a 15-yard unsportsmanlike penalty.
So Siefker will put the foot into it, and that's going to negate any return opportunity.
Now, truthfully, Dan, if there would have been maybe like 40 seconds left, I would have probably expected Coach Schreiner with the ball where it was to actually do an onside kick in that situation. With 5 seconds left, probably not, really worth it.
Right.
It's good, just go kick the ball at the back of the end zone here. But again, a tremendous finish to a half once again for the second week in a row for the Titans. And the scoring summary, and 46-second drive, 7 plays, 51 yards. Siefker, a 10-yard touchdown pass to Leopold. That was Leopold's 3rd touchdown of the year.
Gibson will take a knee, and we will go to the break. After one half of play here in Wapakoneta, it's the OG Titans 14 and the Redskins 7. You're watching high school football on TSC.
So, you think just because you're from a small town, you can't have everything that the big towns have? Wrong. At TSC, we offer over 300 digital cable channels to you right here in the heart of the Midwest. Surprised? Don't be. We're TSC. No contracts, no gimmicks, and everything is straightforward and down to earth. Order your digital cable package today, and the HD is free. Now you're talking smart.
Are you hungry for some great food? Then come get some at CJ's Pizza. With fantastic prices and amazing food, you can't go wrong no matter what you order. Every Friday night during the football season, stop in and get an 18-inch 2-topping pizza and 20 wings for $25 between 4 and close. CJ's Pizza has 2 locations, the Grandview Plaza in Wapakoneta and on Main Street in Cridersville. CJ's Pizza. Come get some.
And a fantastic collection of first half highlights there, Paul, in what was a very well-played first half for these two teams. 14-7 here at halftime with OG in the lead. Your impressions after one half of play?
Very balanced first half. This season could be a tie game going into halftime, be very appropriate. Kind of out of character for the Titans, and we'll kind of come back with the stats here in a little bit. But the Titans had a lot more success throwing the ball through the air. Siefker, is 3rd in the league in rushing, and he's really, hurting the Redskins more with his arm than by the run.
Mm-hmm. Both teams doing a little bit of uncharacteristic things in the first half, but it has played out like we thought it would. A pretty tight match so far. Let's take a look at first half statistics.
Yeah, let's talk about team statistics. First downs, Ottawa has 9 and Walpock has 6, but the big difference is really on the ground. Ottawa comes in with nearly 400 yards average and only has 73 yards on the ground for this half. So great job by the Walpock defense so far. But on the other side, Walpock only has 53 yards rushing. led by only 19 yards rushing by Gibson. It's on the passing game where we're seeing a lot different. Seifker is 8 for 11 with 2 touchdowns and 82 yards. Plus, he has an interception, on defense. Gibson has also 8 for 11 for 100 yards, but he has scored on the ground, but not through the air. Leading rusher is Tristan Parker, which is no surprise. However, he has 55 yards, which for most people is pretty good, but when you're averaging 180 a game, that's pretty much being kept in check by the Redskin defense.
Right, and you've mentioned several times the play of the defensive line for the Redskins, as well as strong play from their linebacking core.
Yeah, sure. We've seen Smurgy and Brandon Miller, stepping up and making a lot of plays. Nate Valentine on defense and Bracey doing, kind of the dirty work. Doing a really good job containing that run. Unfortunately, a big turn of events there with the touchdown at the end of the half. Otherwise, we'd have a 7-7 game. So, they're going to have to really have the mentality of, trying to keep, OG at that 14 to give themselves the best chance to be able to win this football game.
Well, the Titans took advantage of a late turnover in the first half to take the lead 14-7, and that's where we are at the break. When we come back, the start of the second half here in Wapakoneta. You're watching high school football on TSC.
Who do I call?
Since 1946, home and business owners have trusted Frost Roofing to help make the best roofing decision for their home building and budget.
Do you guarantee your work?
With an industry-leading 50-year labor and materials guarantee on select certainteed shingles, Frost Roofing has you covered.
So, what if I decide to move?
Frost will transfer this incredible warranty to the new owners, increasing the value of your home.
Church, home, or business, Frost Roofing offers you the comfort of knowing your roofing system is guaranteed by a professional roofer.
When you see an orange truck, you think G.A. Windsor & Son Company. But the next time you see an orange G.A. Windsor & Son truck, we want you to think green. Why green? Because G.A. Windsor & Son are the original recyclers. Using a modern fleet of trucks, G.A. Windsor & Son Company collects food co-products from restaurants, food retailers, and food manufacturers in Ohio, Indiana, Michigan, and Kentucky. These food co-products are used to manufacture quality livestock and pet care feed ingredients. So the next time you see an orange G.A. Windsor & Son truck, think green.
And the Redskins will kick it away as OG will have the ball first here in the second half, leading at 14-7. Kick is away by Ewing, and a good one. It'll be fielded inside the 10, back up across the 15 to the 20, to the far side of the field, and brought down as it gets to the 24-yard line. Bryant Deemer, the returner.
A nice tackle there by Henderson in the special teams for Walpot. I always really think in close games, the first possession of the third quarter might be the most important because you're really setting the tone for how the rest of the game is going to be played out. The Titans had that score with 5 seconds to go to start off at the end of the second quarter. Do they come out and do they ride that momentum and go up 2 scores before the Redskins get a chance to have another possession? Or can the Redskins stop them and get good field position to start the second half?
Seifker will bring the OG offense to the line of scrimmage. He'll work out from under center. He has 2 receivers and Parker behind him. On a first down and 10, Parker will get the carry, and he goes straight up the gut, across the 40, and he's off to the races. He'll pin midfield to the 30, to the 20, and escapes to the end zone, touchdown. And Paul, you talked about it right before that play, and whether OG can control the momentum of this game, and they did a good job of cementing that momentum right there.
Just a straight ISO play, straight up the middle, and there was nobody there. And Parker's got enough jets on him, even the fast Alex Greavy isn't able to chase him from behind. A 71-yard touchdown run, right off the bat in one play, and boom, you go from last time you really had the ball in a real possession, it was a tie ball game. Now you're going to be down 2 scores.
Seifker will be on to attempt the extra point as we take another look at that replay. And the kick is up, and it is through. So just like that, the OG Titans expand their lead to 14. 11:41 left in the third quarter, and OG with a 21-7 lead. You're watching high school football on TSC.
When you think of protecting your assets, there's more than just your home and car. There's also your life and your family's future. Ensure those you love most are taken care of with protection planning. Life changes and opportunities occur. Look to someone you can trust with a customized approach. Minster Bank's Private Wealth Management Group, investment and insurance products. Not FDIC insured, may lose value, no bank guarantee.
Tonight's broadcast of TSC Touchdown Friday is brought to you in part by TSC, your hometown choice for cable, talk, and internet, and by G.A. Windsor & Son. When you see an orange truck, think green.
Big 71-yard run by Tristan Parker sets the OG offense in motion here in this second half and puts them up by a score of 21-7 with 11:41 to go here in the third quarter. And if we have time, we'll take another look at that run by Parker as Caleb Siefker tees it up. Kick is away, short kick. It'll be fielded up around the 25, back across the 30, and out of bounds on the far side of the field. After the return is Adam Henderson.
Well, a disastrous start for the third quarter here for the Redskins. You know, by keeping Parker in check in that first half to 55 yards, he was able to surpass that with one carry, you know, on a straight ISO play. The Redskins, I believe, was in a two-deep zone, so they didn't have that safety in the middle of the field that could have been there to make the play. And both safeties, Crawford and Greavy, just had to try to play catch-up, and they were unable to catch up to the speedy Parker.
And with that second touchdown for OG, they've scored twice in the last 58 seconds. Here's Gibson bringing it to the near side, across the 35 to the 40, powers his way across the 45-yard line and picks up a first down as he gets to the 47.
And an important possession here, but it's just as important to see, you know, their mentality for the Redskins here. You know, there can't be any panic. They need to continue to just do what we do. You know, you're down 2 scores, but you can't score 2 times in one possession. You know, there's a lot of game left. Let's go ahead and just try to continue to move the ball down the field, get the ball in the end zone, and continue to play.
Gibson out of the shotgun, hands off Miracle, going to the right side. He'll pick up a few yards on first down up to the 49-yard line. Gain of about 3 on first down.
Nice pancake block there by the left guard pulling Wyatt Harrison, the 6'1", 210-pound junior, doing a tremendous job putting his guy on the ground.
And mark it at the 49 on the Redskins side of the field, second down and 7. And Gibson will work out of the shotgun this time. Takes a snap. He'll try to take it to the near side, and he's going to be shut down. Dropped in the backfield for a loss at the 45-yard line.
Now there's that guy again, Wyatt Karoff, the 6'5", 250-pound senior, the third leading tackler coming into the game for Ottawa-Glandorf. You know, coming in right off the line of scrimmage. Nice swim move to be able to get into the backfield very quickly.
So they spot the ball at the 46, and a third down and 10 coming up for the Redskins. One receiver wide to each side, and Greavy in a slot on the near side. Over the middle, they kick up with Chrysler. He stays on his feet across the 50, down to the 40-yard line, and butts his way down to the 38.
Beautiful tight end middle screen right there, and for Chrysler being the favorite target of Gibson, that's his 5th catch on the day. Big pickup on third down, considering, you know, they had the negative play on second down.
Chrysler wide open over the middle, stumbled a little bit after making that catch, but stays on his feet and picks up 10 more yards after the stumble.
Yeah, for a total of 16 yards on that pickup.
Gibson again out of the shotgun. Back to pass, gets pressure, fires it over the middle and nearly picked off. He was looking for Miller on the near side, and it looked like that was Tyler Zender that got a hand on that one.
Yeah, Zender, the junior, coming up underneath from the linebacker position, be able to knock that down. Nice play to come up underneath, and we kind of mentioned that where Smirgy might have been in that position defensively before for Walpock. That shows how the middle linebackers can get underneath and help out on those curl routes.
So Gibson will bring him to the line on a second down and 10. Now under 10 minutes to play here in the third quarter. Gibson fires it to the right side, incomplete, intended for Johnny Crawford. He was over there near the 35-yard line.
I tell you what, that was a very timing pattern, and they might have been setting up for a hook and ladder right there. You know, kind of had, I think, Miracle coming out of the backfield, looking to see if they could get the Crawford on the quick hitch to see if they could lateral it back. We have seen Walpock run that in the past.
So now a 3rd down and 10. They converted earlier in this drive on a 3rd down and 8.
And they are 3 for 7 on 3rd down conversions for the game.
And we'll see what's going on over there on the far side. The officials trying to get things lined up over there. And no indication yet as to what's going on. Coaching staff over here on the OG side looking for an explanation. And now the line judge coming in from the far side of the field.
Yeah, and Coach Schreiner, understandably so, there's something going on. You know, he deserves them the information, what's going on as well. This would be nice where if we would have these guys mic'd up so if we can kind of tell what's going on ourselves.
Now Schreiner pointing across to the other side.
And Schreiner kind of laughing about it, so hopefully whatever it is taken care of and we can kind of move on with the game.
9:44 left in the 3rd quarter. And it looks like we will still play some football here. Gibson will bring him to the line. He works out of the shotgun. Greavy in a slot on the near side, in a wing. And outside of him is Cody Morgan. And it'll be this way to Chrysler. Up across the 30 to the 29-yard line, and the ball comes loose, and OG is saying they have it, and they do.
Josh Buckland.
And now a flag comes out.
With the recovery, Chrysler doesn't hang on to it. That's a 6th catch for the game. Would have been enough for the 1st down, unfortunately, for the Redskins. Put the ball on the ground.
Let's see what the flag is, but it looked like it came long after that play was already decided.
Well, here is the replay. Tremendous pass right over the linebacker's outstretched hand. And then you see Buckland right from the beginning. He's the one that makes the hit, and the ball is on the ground right from the beginning. And then he's actually the one that comes up with the loose ball as well. So he caused the fumble and recovered it.
And then after the play, the penalty goes against the Redskins. So that's going to push the Titans out across the 40 to the 43-yard line. And great field position to start this possession.
And Coach Fry wants to talk to the officiating crew. You know, he wants to make sure that, you know, things don't get away from, you know, his Redskin team right now. You know, some bad things have been happening so far. You know, 2 quick touchdowns for the Titans. You know, this fumble after you had a nice drive again. And, you know, kind of mentioned in the first half, you know, Walpoks moved the ball against this Titan defense. You know, they just found ways where they haven't been able to convert and finish with points.
Well, and the OG Titans were able to convert the last turnover by the Redskins into a touchdown with less than a minute to play in the first half. They came out right at the outset of this 3rd quarter with a 71-yard touchdown run by Parker to add to that lead. They lead 21-7 here in the 3rd. And now looking to capitalize on a 2nd turnover for the Redskins. Seifter will be under center. 1 receiver to each side. Pitch to Parker. He goes to the left. He's got room to run across midfield to the 45, to the 40. Cuts it back to the middle at the 35, and he'll go down as he gets to the 32-yard line. Another long run for Tristan Parker.
Yeah, Parker with, you know, these 2 long runs is going to quickly get up to his average per game here real soon. Got kind of up a little bit slow there that time. OG really having a lot of success going on with that left side of their line. And again, a critical, you know, time here for the Redskins. But it appears that there was a flag on the play. There I see it right there on the 45-yard line.
So that'll erase a really nice run by Tristan Parker. And as we take another look at it here.
And a nice double team there. They're going to call a hold somewhere downfield. It's actually going to have to be a 1st and 8 because it's a spot foul.
So that'll negate that run by Parker, but OG does gain 2 yards on the play. Ball at the 45-yard line. Seifker under center. Hands it off. Racer up the middle. He'll get a couple up to the 48-yard line. So about a 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down and 5. And Paul, the likelihood that, 2nd down and 5, that OG is going to throw the ball a lot here in this second half dwindles as the time goes down and they maintain this 14-point lead.
Yeah, especially with the success they had with their very first 2 runs of the half. You know, that's their bread and butter. They lead the Western Buckeye League in rushing and also lead in total points as well, nearly 50 a game.
2nd down and 5. Siefker under center, hands off Parker, going to the right side. He's got room across midfield to the 45 and wrestled down finally inside the 35 and the 32-yard line. Tristan Parker, who was bottled up for the majority of the first half, has really broken out here in this second half.
He is, and a lot of credit to the offensive line. Coach Schreiner had talked about that before. You know, tremendous push, a nice seal there by the right tackle, Tanner Hohenbrink, the senior, 6'2", 285 pounds, doing a good job getting some movement, and Parker getting about 5-6 extra yards, carrying a defender for the big game.
20-yard pickup there for Parker. He gets the handoff again. Off the left side, gets inside the 30 to about the 29-yard line. Gain of 3 on the first down carry.
Yeah, better mush up there. That was actually the same play that they scored the long touchdown run on to start this half. You know, that time the linebackers came up and really plugged the gaps. There wasn't really that much more to run. However, because they were able to get some movement from the line, they still got a 3-yard gain.
Leopold brings this play in from the sideline. Ball at the 29-yard line on the Redskins side of the field, and they're trying to keep OG from adding to a 14-point edge. Siefker under center, takes the snap. He fakes the handoff, keeps it himself, brings it to the near side. He gets back to the line of scrimmage and dives forward for a couple to the near side up to about the 27.
Brendan Miller is really getting to know Siefker. He was able to get in on that play again and trip him up to make it so that's a minimal gain. Here we see on the replay, you can see getting away from the tight end, Cody Alt's block was Brandon Miller to be able to make that play here on the near side.
See Parker check out of the ball game as Shane Schrader comes into the game along with Alex Westrick. Leopold wide to the near side. And Racer in motion in the backfield. Pitch. And Schrader goes to the left side. Down to the 25, and he's upended there.
Nice play by Johnny Crawford right there. You know, interesting to see if Parker would just need to blow right there or not. But Schrader, as mentioned earlier in the broadcast, the backup running back, actually had 88 yards rushing last week, spelling Parker. But great tackle right there. Brings up a 4th and 3, and Parker does go back onto the field.
They are 0-2 on 4th down here in this ball game and face a 4th down and 3 here at the Wapak 25-yard line. And this would be a huge stop for the Redskins if they're able to put up a wall here. Siefker under center. And off to the right side is Parker. He's going to go down to the 21-yard line, and that looks like it'll be enough for a first down.
There is a flag down, however.
It sure looked like there was motion on the offensive line before that play got underway.
Well, mechanics-wise, if there was, the play should have been called dead.
But it looks like, as we take a look at this play again,
they're going to call holding. We really thought that there was some movement that was not called, but holding was called. Even a more damaging penalty.
Right.
So now instead of a 4th and 8, now it's a 4th and 13, and we'll see what Coach Schreiner dials up here.
Yep. Westrick checks out of the ball game along with Racer. And it looks like
shotgun.
Have 2 wide receivers, 1 to each side. And over there is Russell Ellerbrock on the wing on the left. And it'll be a punt. And another flag. Boy, I sure do like watching officials conference and flags and everything. It's entertaining, but occasionally I'd like to mix in some football. Another penalty here against the Titans.
Well, Coach Schreiner was just going to do a quick kick right there. An interesting call, but now he brings on his full-fledged punt team.
And it looks like maybe there was just some movement up front on that play.
So a critical stop on that possession by the Redskins. Very necessary to keep them in the ball game.
Greavy and Crawford back at their 10-yard line. And this kick is away. It'll be Greavy. He'll watch it bounce, and it'll be marked down at the 15-yard line by the Titans. So a good stop there for the Redskins to keep OG from getting into the end zone again or getting on the scoreboard again, because they had momentum moving in that direction, and the penalties by the Titans really stalled that drive.
Yeah, considering how it started with 2 long runs, the fumble after a decent drive, the Redskins, really need to get something going here again to bring that momentum back on their side.
After a 25-yard punt, the Redskins come out first down and 10 at their own 15-yard line. Gibson hands it off Miracle, going to the right side. He'll get across the 15 up to the 16, maybe the 17-yard line on that play.
Nice job by Tyler Zender coming up and really disrupting that play to keep it to a minimal gain.
5.5 minutes to play third quarter. Titans still on top by a couple of touchdowns. And Gibson looking to the sideline, waiting to play.
Look at Coach Fry right there, trying to direct traffic to get this offense to be able to score and get some more points.
See Morgan and Crawford checking back into the huddle there. And they'll line up on opposite sides.
And Morgan, Crawford, and Greavy are the 3 most explosive players.
Gibson lobs it to the near side. It'll go off the hands of Morgan at about the 22-yard line. Pass was a little bit behind his intended receiver.
Yeah. Morgan tried to come back for that. Just, what wasn't the best thrown ball in the world, but, it's a rare miss on Gibson so far passing the ball.
So a 3rd down and 9 coming up for the Redskins. They're backed up at their own 16-yard line. They're really trying to get something going offensively here in this second half. They have struggled so far. And that is going to prompt a timeout for Coach Fry on the far sideline. 4:59 remaining here in the third quarter. The Titans up 21-7. You're watching high school football on TSC.
Owen Kitchen and Bath Showroom has been family owned and operated since 1990. We can help you from start to finish with your entire project. Let one of our professional designers put the final touches on your project. Owen Kitchen and Bath now has 2 showrooms to better serve you in Wapakoneta and Lima. Owen Kitchen and Bath, cabinetry that will take your breath away at prices that won't.
So, you think just because you're from a small town, you can't have everything that the big towns have? Wrong. At TSC, we offer over 300 digital cable channels to you right here in the heart of the Midwest. Surprised? Don't be. We're TSC. No contracts, no gimmicks, and everything is straightforward and down to earth. Order your digital cable package today, and the HD is free. Now you're talking smart.
Back here at Harmon Field, 4:59 remaining in the third quarter, and Gibson back to pass on a crucial 3rd down and 9. He'll run it out to the far side, lobs it over the middle, caught by Crawford up around the 35-yard line, and that'll be a first down for the Redskins.
Yeah, Crawford did a great job cutting off his route. It looks like he was going to go kind of on a deeper route. We might be able to see it here. Gibson was flush to the right, so he just had to come all the way across the field. Gibson with good vision, throwing the ball across your body. Again, a really tough throw, especially for a high school player in a big 3rd down conversion.
19 yards on the connection from Gibson to Crawford. Gibson out of the shotgun again. He is back to pass, has time, fires it over the middle, and it's caught by Chrysler, who is leveled at the 43-yard line. The ball came loose, but they're going to say it was an incomplete pass.
Chrysler, again, kind of the favorite target this game so far. Didn't have a whole lot of chance as he was met immediately on that out pattern, as we'll see here on this replay. That's been his favorite pattern they've been hitting him on, about the 7 to 8 yard route. Immediately hit there by number 81, Cody Alt.
Cody Alt put a lick on Wendell earlier in this game, down around the 20-yard line.
Nice shot, puts his, put his head down a little bit, but his helmet was right on the ball and knocked it out.
Not much there on that carry for Greavy. And it'll bring up a 3rd down and 10 for the Redskins at their own 34-yard line. Closing in on 4 minutes to play here in the third quarter.
Well, we've seen them convert on 3rd and 10 earlier this drive, but Again, that's not something that you want to get yourself in consistently.
Joel Hagemeyer lines up wide to the near side. Gibson is back to pass. Has time, fires it over the middle of the field. It's caught by Chrysler across midfield at the OG 47-yard line, and he has been open over the middle all night tonight.
And that was a tremendous pattern. And again, Gibson put it right where he needed to. We'll see if we can see this on replay. Steps into it, puts it right where he needs to be. Chrysler makes sure that he catches the ball, doesn't worry about getting any more yardage, and just goes down with the ball by cradling it. A pretty good idea anytime, a big guy catches it over the middle.
With that third down conversion on the 19-yard pass play, the Redskins are now 6 of 10 on third down. Gibson hands it off Greavy. He goes to the right side, finds a hole inside the 45, down to the 40, and down to about the 37-yard line. Alex Greavy about 8 yards on that first down carry.
Yeah, nice inside counter there. Greavy, again, one of their leading rushers and one of their more explosive players. He's averaging 7.4 a carry, and he actually adds to that this time on this counter. Nice job on the down block by Jared Carpenter, leads to this big play. And again, we see another nice drive by Wapak, but we need to be able to see them finish off with points.
We got to cash in. 3 receivers wide to the left. That is Miracle, Crawford, and Morgan out there. Gibson looking that way. Now he's running off the right side. He's going to get down to about the 35-yard line. Not exactly what he wanted to do on that play, but he turns it into positive yards and picks up the first down.
And it gets up a little gimpy, which would be very much a cause for concern. Looks like they're trying to run a little bubble screen over here, and no one was really open at all. Blanket man-to-man coverage by the Titans. And again, Gibson just not looking good walking out there.
He had his bell rung earlier in this ball game on a sack, so he is paying dues this evening. And you take a look at that there. He's pulled down, kind of landed awkwardly.
Yeah, kind of like almost a horse collar type tackle, and his right leg appeared to kind of get bent back slightly.
This is the 9th play of this drive for the Redskins. Gibson off the left side looking for Chrysler again, and that one batted away, incomplete. And that was Tyler Zender over there to put a hand on that one. So now 2nd down and 10 coming up for the Skins. And the ball at the 35-yard line. 2:23 left, third quarter.
Nice matchup over here. Crawford against Siefker, 2 of the better athletes in the Western Buckeye League.
Ball goes off the hand of Gibson, and he's going to fall on it back at the 39-yard line. So that will bring up a third down and about 13.
Looks like there's going to be quarterback run all the way. Gibson kind of gimping over to the sideline to talk to Coach Fry, and actually looks like he's coming out.
That is a major blow for the Wapak offense after the game he put together last week. And it'll be Cody Morgan in there to fill that shoe.
Yeah, Morgan plays a lot. No stranger to the football game here.
He loved to come in on a 3rd down and 14, but he carries it inside the 35 to the 30, fights his way up close to the first down at about the 27.
I think he's going to be about 2 yards or so short here. Definitely going to be going for it here, but we do have a Titan slow to get up.
Let's see the number on that.
I think it's 13, Jake Colley.
I believe you're right, Paul.
Well, nice ovation for him as he appears to be walking off, and hopefully nothing serious. But obviously a big development here for the Redskins. A 4th and 3 with 1:28 here left to go in the third quarter. Just into quarterback, you have the sophomore. Cody Morgan, been playing wide receiver and plays a lot on defense. All of a sudden inserted into a very high pressure situation.
Well, he came off the bench and ran it for 11 yards. He'll run it up the middle this time, and he's going to be stopped. Looks like he's going to be short of the first down. And if so, it's going to go back to the Titans, and it does.
Yeah, a couple guys there, Ben Record and White Karoff, who, again, every single time there's a big play, there he is making the play.
Yeah, he has been a beast.
We should mention Matt Samuelson actually was there with one of the initial hits as well. Here's Coach Schreiner. Must be pleased with the bend but don't break defense that the Titans are employing this game.
So the Redskins now 0 for 3 on 4th down in this ball game, and now for OG, they are looking at grinding away some clock here. And Parker, the guy to do just that, he gets up across the 35 to the 37.
Get a nice block there by Racer. Zach Dietering unable to get off. We see, right here, getting a lot of movement, and that allows for the big play when your outside linebacker gets caught up and can't shed that block for the fullback quickly.
Now Parker got up limping a little bit after that play.
Well, we mentioned before, this has been a pretty physical game.
Mm-hmm.
There's been a lot of hits, and these boys are going to be sore tomorrow morning.
Schrader's going to come in and replace him as Parker exits the ball game. Siefker under center, a receiver to each side, and he's got Racer and Schrader behind him in the backfield. 2nd down and 1, and flags come down.
Looks to be delay a game.
And that'll back the Titans up a little bit. That is their 8th penalty tonight. So they are over 50 yards in penalties so far tonight. Hey, and we still got a quarter to play.
Obviously, no matter where you're at, there's always things to work on.
Ball spotted now back at the 32-yard line. And a 2nd down and 6 now. Siefker under center. Pitches. It'll be Schrader up the middle. He'll get back up to the 35 and fall forward to the 36-yard line as the 3rd quarter comes to an end. After 3 quarters of play here at Harmon Field, it's the Titans 21 and the Redskins 7. You're watching high school football on TSC.
Are you hungry for some great food? Then come get some at CJ's Pizza. With fantastic prices and amazing food, you can't go wrong no matter what you order. Every Friday night during the football season, stop in and get an 18-inch 2-topping pizza and 20 wings for $25 between 4 and close. CJ's Pizza has 2 locations, the Grandview Plaza in Wapakoneta and on Main Street in Cridersville. CJ's Pizza. Come get some. When you see an orange truck, you think G.A. Windsor & Son Company. But the next time you see an orange G.A. Windsor & Son truck, we want you to think green. Why green? Because G.A. Windsor & Son are the original recyclers. Using a modern fleet of trucks, G.A. Windsor & Son Company collects food co-products from restaurants, food retailers, and food manufacturers in Ohio, Indiana, Michigan, and Kentucky. These food co-products are used to manufacture quality livestock and pet care feed ingredients. So the next time you see an orange G.A. Windsor & Son truck, think green. Tonight's broadcast of TSC Touchdown Friday is brought to you in part by Frost Roofing. When you order roofing, trust Frost Roofing. And by CJ's Pizza in Wapakoneta and Cridersville.
Back here for the start of the final frame, 21-7 in favor of the OG Titans. They have the ball at their own 36-yard line and facing a 3rd down and 2. And Paul, we're looking across the field. We can still see Kyle Gibson sitting on the bench. It's not looking real positive that he's going to come back into the game.
Yeah, we'll have to see how that shakes out, but definitely not good news for the Redskins.
Siefker under center, hands off to Racer, the up back, and he rolls across the pile there. Looks like he'll be close to a 1st down.
Jacob Bracey with first contact right there, doing everything he can to try to pull him back, keep him from escaping the 1st down.
He's got only a yard, yep. So a 4th down, and neither team has converted on a 4th down here tonight. 0 for 5 collectively.
This is going to be a pretty aggressive move here by Coach Schreiner. You're inside your own 40. Granted, you
are up 2 touchdowns. However, if there's any type of chance for a comeback, it would be with the Redskins getting a stop right here in great field position. So the Redskins got to be excited about this opportunity to get the stop.
Siefker under center. Long snap count, and then he's going to take the timeout. So the Titans try to draw the Redskins offsides, but to no avail. And with 11:07 left here in the fourth quarter, it's the Titans 21 and the Wapakoneta Redskins 7. You're watching high school football on TSC.
When you think of protecting your assets, there's more than just your home and car. There's also your life and your family's future. Ensure those you love most are taken care of with protection planning. Life changes and opportunities occur. Look to someone you can trust with a customized approach. Minster Bank's Private Wealth Management Group, investment and insurance products. Not FDIC insured, may lose value, no bank guarantee.
21-7, the Titans with the lead in the ball, and they're getting set to kick it away. Crawford and Greavy back to receive at their own 20-yard line for the Redskins with 11:07 remaining in our game.
You get the feeling the Redskins are going to need some sort of big play to get back into this game, whether it's off special teams or just a big play on offense or defense.
Well, putting the ball in the hands of Johnny Crawford is a good start. He will pick it up at the 20-yard line. Gets back across the 20 to the 22, so not the big play they were hoping for, but the Redskins do have the ball back, and we'll see if Kyle Gibson is able to come back into this game.
And, you know, sometimes on punt returns, you have to kind of think a little bit differently. Wapak had a player back there trying to block a guy that was trailing Crawford. You really just need to let Crawford, you beat that guy. I'm going to block the person in front of him, because if you beat him and I got that guy, now we have a big return going on. Cody
Morgan out there at the quarterback spot after the 43-yard punt by the Titans. And it'll be a handoff to Miracle, who he shut down quickly. He gets back to the line of scrimmage.
And this is no offense to Cody Morgan, who we know is a tremendous athlete as a sophomore. But, you know, as an experienced 3-year quarterback in Gibson going down with as well as he's been playing, you know, this is definitely not in your game plan. And to be down 2 touchdowns going into the fourth quarter against, you know, the top team in the Western Buckeye League, you know, it's a real tall task.
Morgan will work out of the shotgun, has a receiver to each side, Miracle back there with him, and he's set to throw. Now he takes it up the middle of the field to the 25, to the 29, and he rolls across the 30-yard line. So it looks like he'll be a few yards short of the first down, but a manageable third down coming up.
And the Redskins actually, you know, have been, you know, converting their third downs here recently. You know, they're 6 for 11 for the game.
Morgan works out of the shotgun. 3 receivers to his left, and he will run it to the near side. He's hitting the backfield, and he falls forward, but he stops short of the line of scrimmage, and a fourth down coming up.
Two-way player, again, Brad Racer. We've been saying his name as fullback on the offense, but he came in and made the first hit in the backfield, disrupted that play, and forced this big fourth down.
It's going to bring up a punt situation for the Redskins on a 4th and 4, and they will send out Cameron Locke to kick it away. 2 Titans back to receive it at the 35-yard line. Good snap. Kick is away, and a fair catch called for at the Titan 42-yard line. So again, the Titans will have good field position. And Paul, the Redskins showed pass on that drive, on that possession, but I don't think there was a lot of intent to actually throw the ball.
Well, from what we've seen from Morgan, we know he's pretty athletic. He's quick. You know, we haven't really seen him, you know, in his arm yet. You know, maybe they feel their best opportunity for making a big play is with his legs. More than likely, we will see the Titans use their legs on this drive.
Safer will be under center. First down and 10 at the 42-yard line. It'll be Parker. Up the middle, a couple of yards to the 44.
And again, kind of just, you know, interesting how the game of football is. You know, kind of running the ISO play, you know, pretty good job. And by the way, good sportsmanship there by Parker. But, you know, how one play here and there and the execution of one play, you know, that same play went for 71 yards earlier. You know, scoring with 5 seconds to go before the half. You know, and that's the difference in the football game. You know, so great players, you know, making some great plays can make a big difference in football games.
Three receivers wide to the right. And Siefker will keep it himself. He's going to get across midfield and go out of bounds near the 45-yard line on the Redskins side of the field. And a first down for the Titans.
We were kind of mentioning before, Siefker being kept in check, and really, running the ball, he really has been kept in check. That's been his best run, of the entire night. Where they've really had success is with Siefker throwing the ball, and then Parker, who's coming off yet again. We don't know if it's a bum shoulder or if it's, something else why he's coming off the field. But mostly the legs of Parker here, in the second half.
It looked like Russell Ellerbrock was headed in there, but he was called back. And the Titans will now come out with three receivers to the right. Shane Schrader in the backfield. And the handoff to Schrader goes off the right side. Not much there. He gets back to the line of scrimmage and he's shut down.
And kind of a read option right there. And, that's such a feel that you kind of get with someone that you're used to. You get somebody new in there to hand the ball off, and that time being Shane Schrader. Siefker, I think wanted to pull that ball off, and Schrader ended up taking it from him. Can throw you off just enough to get that kind of negative play.
Titans look like they're having some substitution problems over here on the near side. It seems like they send three guys out to the huddle and two of them come back off the field. They fake the handoff to Parker. Siefker keeps it himself. He's across the 40. He's going to go out of bounds near this first down marker at about the 36-yard line.
And good job, good execution. Siefker getting his kind of share of the carries. Parker has 163 yards for the game. And this time he's drawing a lot of attention from the Redskin defense. That opens up holes for Siefker to run now.
We get another fantastic look at that one. And the official, I think, he said he went down in bounds. So the clock continues to run, which is bad news for the Redskins as we move in on 7 minutes to play in this one. Siefker keeps it himself. Escapes as a flag goes down. He gets down at the 30-yard line, and they're going to tack on a few more yards here with the face mask penalty.
Yep, and we'll see, that center using his weight advantage, Riemann, to be able to get some movement on the quarterback sneak.
There you see the touch of the face mask that led to that penalty. And a 5-yard face mask penalty puts the ball at the 26-yard line. Three receivers wide to the right. Siefker out of the shotgun. He has Parker back there with him. And he fakes the handoff to him. Siefker looked like he might throw the ball. Now he's going to be sacked back at the 35-yard line.
Hey, sure was. They're trying a little play action pass to see if they can go up 3 scores right now. Cody Alt, the tight end, was going up to the seam, a little pop pass. But the Redskins were not fooled. You can see here the release. Nice job right there by the Redskin defense.
7-yard loss on the play. Brings up a second down and 17. But more important for the Titans is that we're now close to 6 minutes left in this game. Siefker out from under center, hands off to Parker. He's hit immediately. He'll fall forward and get back to the line of scrimmage, maybe a yard, but not much.
Again, Nate Valentine, standout wrestler for the Redskins, doing just a tremendous job, of work against, this big offensive line for the Titans.
Third down now and 17 coming up from the 33-yard line of the Redskins.
And I keep saying big line. I haven't told you their weights. It's 250, 225, 290, 185, 285. Just an absolutely enormous offensive line.
Siefker out of the shotgun now. He is back to pass. Lobs it left side. It is caught up around the 30 to the 25, down the near sideline, and hit at the goal line into the end zone. Touchdown. Josh Buckland with the reception. And a 33-yard touchdown grab for Buckland is going to ice this game for the Titans.
Again, the 4th touchdown of the game. This is the 3rd one coming via air. Siefker's 3rd touchdown pass. Just a nice little out route there by Buckland, and he turns on the jets, and no one's going to catch him. Not a great pursuit angle there by the Redskins, but, Buckland just turned on the speed, and there's no catching him.
Another fantastic replay. And Siefker is out there to attempt the extra point. Hold is down, the kick is up, and the kick is no good. Sailed wide to the right. 5:20 left in this one. 27-7 in favor of the Titans. You're watching high school football on TSC.
So, you think just because you're from a small town, you can't have everything that the big towns have? Wrong. At TSC, we offer over 300 digital cable channels to you right here in the heart of the Midwest. Surprised? Don't be. We're TSC. No contracts, no gimmicks, and everything is straightforward and down to earth. Order your digital cable package today, and the HD is free. Now you're talking smart.
Are you hungry for some great food? Then come get some at CJ's Pizza. With fantastic prices and amazing food, you can't go wrong no matter what you order. Every Friday night during the football season, stop in and get an 18-inch 2-topping pizza and 20 wings for $25 between 4 and close. CJ's Pizza has 2 locations, the Grandview Plaza in Wapakoneta and on Main Street in Cridersville. CJ's Pizza. Come get some.
5:20 left in our game here at Harmon Field. 27-7 in favor of the visiting Titans. And another impressive scoring drive for the Titans, Paul.
Yeah, 8 plays, 58 yards, 3 minutes and 48 seconds. Buckland with a 33-yard catch from Siefker. Siefker's now 9 for 12 with 3 touchdowns this game.
Crawford fields this one at about the 5, and he will spin out of a tackle up across the 30 and brought down as he gets to the 34-yard line. So the Redskins are 5 minutes away from their third loss here inside the conference, and not what you were hoping for on a homecoming evening.
No, and obviously, some tough plays, and then losing, your 3-year starting quarterback, makes things, a lot tougher. But you got to give credit to the Ottawa-Glandorf Titans.
Morgan with the handoff here and hit and dropped immediately after making the exchange is Logan Martin, junior tailback.
And Wyatt Karoff has, again, at least his 4th tackle for loss in this game. He talked about the Titans being one of the favorites coming into the season. Just so much experience coming back. 7 returning starters on offense, 6 on defense, 10 starters who are seniors on offense. Really coming up to everything that they've been advertised this game. And what they've been is not only the odds-on favorites going into the Western Buckeye League this year, they've been a perennial playoff team. They've been in the playoffs 7 straight years, and a pretty safe bet to make it 8 straight years this year, Dan.
Not much there on the run by Greavy, but 3rd down and 8 coming up now. 3rd down and 13 coming up. Morgan will work out of the shotgun here. He is looking to pass, fires it over to the left to Crawford. He has it at the 30, and he'll fall forward to the 34-yard line, well short of the first down. So another punt situation, and Locke will come on to kick it away.
And, the Titans doing exactly what they needed to do in the second half. Really, the second half and the last 55 seconds of the second quarter, really taking this, game totally away from Wapakoneta.
So on a 4th down and 10, the Titans will send a couple of return men back inside their own 30-yard line. Locke has done a pretty good job kicking the ball tonight.
He's averaged 34 kick.
Good snap. And he puts the foot into it. Another decent kick here. It'll be fielded at the 31-yard line. And that's where the Titans will bring out their offense, with the only objective to be grinding out these 3 minutes and 35 seconds that remain.
Yeah, because in 3 minutes 35 seconds, Ottawa-Glandorf will move to 6-0 overall and 5-0 in the Western Buckeye League, heading to a showdown next week with the currently undefeated Elida Bulldogs. But last here, score we heard they were actually losing to Kenton So, you know, some of the better teams matching up here these last few weeks in the Western Buckeye League.
So the OG offense back out onto the field. 35-yard punt that time for Locke. And they give the handoff to the up man, Racer, who goes up the middle for a couple.
Actually have a new offensive lineman there on the pulling guard, number 57, Ross Harsberger, coming on that trap block for Racer. The 5'10", 215-pound senior.
Paul, the Redskins next week will be over at St. Mary's, and we'll have that game for you as well.
A big rivalry, you know, two Auglaize County rivals going after it.
And these Titans will go home to face Elida in what will be a key WBL matchup. Here's Schrader to the near side. He finds a hole up across the 40. Near midfield, he's knocked down as he gets to the 48-yard line.
Yeah, Henderson with the touchdown-saving tackle. And, you know, that's the first time we've really seen Schrader in some space there. You know, he's got a little bit of, you know, smoothness to his run. You know, he kind of just glided through there and almost busted it for 6.
Yeah, and Schrader's a junior, so he will get an opportunity with Parker being a senior this year.
Oh, definitely. You know, it's going to be, you know, almost a brand new team next year with as much senior players as they have on both sides of the ball. However, you know, Coach Schreiner does a really good job of mixing guys in and getting them some experience. So even if they're not starters, you know, they're still getting some substantial snaps.
Schrader with a 20-yard tote there on that last play. And the clock moves with 2:32 left in the game.
I know we said before, you know, it's not a really great broadcast until the word tote is thrown out there, Dan.
So true. Racer in motion in the backfield. The pitch goes to Schrader, and he is stuck by Schmergy back at the 49-yard line. Loss on the play of about 3 yards.
Yeah, and the Wapak defense is still battling and playing just extremely hard. You know, you really have to take your hat off to them. They're not going to come off on the victor's side of the scoreboard. But, you know, Schmergy, Miller, Valentine, Bracey specifically, you know, we've been calling their names all night long with coming in and making plays.
Under 2 minutes to play now. And the Titans going to leave here victors tonight by a 20-point edge. Safeker will pitch to Schrader. He brings it to the near side, and he is going to be stuck. Another loss of a yard on the play. That time Miller in there to make the stop.
Yeah, and Valentine, you know, getting in there early too, you know, getting his legs, then Miller, you know, finishing the job right there. Again, this has been, you know, an entertaining game. I know it's a 20-point spread, but, you know, again, a couple big plays. You know, this has been a pretty even ball game.
1 minute left to play here in Wapakoneta. Schrader will work out of the shotgun. He will run it to the far side of the field. Trips as he goes toward the line of scrimmage, and he'll fall across midfield up to about the 49-yard line on the Redskins side. So now 40 seconds left in our ball game.
And again, Nate Valentine again on the tackle.
I want to thank the crew who actually gets to finish the game here tonight instead of tearing everything down and then setting up again and doing it again tomorrow. So that's a win for them.
And staying dry as well.
Staying dry, yeah. Also a win.
So the play clock's going to run down here. They are going to call a timeout, and we'll need to run one more play.
So our game next week, as the Redskins will try to rebound from this tough loss and head over to St. Mary's to take on the Rough Riders. The Rough Riders came in tonight 0-5, and they were taking on a Defiance team, I believe. Is that tonight?
Yep, that's tonight.
Yeah.
And actually, you know, it was a tight game. It was a 2-point game last time we saw. St. Mary's getting a little bit better on the offensive end. Defensively, you know, they're definitely going to get up and, you know, play hard against their Auglaize County rival, Redskins. You know, I would look for, you know, a hard-hitting game again next week.
We'll have it here for you on TSC. Our game's also available online at GameFaceOhio.com. So if you're not able to catch them on the rebroadcast on TSC, you can look at them online. Here's the punt. The kick will hit and be covered by Greavy at about the 11-yard line, and he's planted right there with less than a second left in this one, and that will run off. So the Titans will come away with a big road win by a final score of 27-7 as they remain undefeated and move to 6-0 and 5-0 inside the WBL. We'll come back and wrap this one up for you. The final tonight, the Ottawa-Glandorf Titans 27, the Wapak Redskins 7. You're watching high school football on TSC.
Who do I call?
Since 1946, home and business owners have trusted Frost Roofing to help make the best roofing decision for their home building and budget.
Do you guarantee your work?
With an industry-leading 50-year labor and materials guarantee on select certainteed shingles, Frost Roofing has you covered.
So, what if I decide to move?
Frost will transfer this incredible warranty to the new owners, increasing the value of your home.
Church, home, or business, Frost Roofing offers you the comfort of knowing your roofing system is guaranteed by a professional roofer.
When you see an orange truck, you think GA Windsor & Son Company. But the next time you see an orange GA Windsor & Son truck, we want you to think green. Why green? Because GA Windsor & Son are the original recyclers. Using a modern fleet of trucks, GA Windsor & Son Company collects food co-products from restaurants, food retailers, and food manufacturers in Ohio, Indiana, Michigan, and Kentucky. These food co-products are used to manufacture quality livestock and pet care feed ingredients. So the next time you see an orange GA Windsor & Son truck, think green.
Back here at Harmon Field, the final score tonight, the Ottawa-Glandorf Titans 27-7 over the Redskins. And Paul, this is a very talented OG team. They moved to 6-0 now on the season, so not a huge surprise that they come away with a win tonight.
No, and like we said, this is a very veteran team that came back, and they had aspirations of a Western Buckeye League title, and it looks like they're well on their way to do that. They came in as advertised.
Let's take a look at final statistics here.
Really in the second half kind of pulled away did the Titans in the total yardage, 333 to 239, led by Parker with 163 yards rushing, only 17 carries and a touchdown. But the big surprise is Siefker through the air, 9 for 12 for 115 yards and 3 touchdowns to 3 different receivers.
Well, the OG Titans come away with their 5th Western Buckeye League win. They are now 6-0 on the season. The Redskins fall to 3-3 overall and 2-3 inside the WBL with the loss. Next week they will be at St. Mary's, and we'll be there to bring that one to you as well. The final score here tonight, the OG Titans 27 and the Redskins 7 for a casted crew here at Harmon Field. For Paul Sadler, I'm Dan Hearn. Thanks for watching, everybody. You've been watching high school football on TSC.
Up on Wapakoneta at the half by 7, but then the game blown wide open on the first play of the third quarter. Parker, 76 yards.